Namaskar. I have the pleasure of welcoming Dr. Atul Chokshi ji, and we are talking about that which is very, very important, relevant for all of us, and that relates to human mind. So, Dr. Saab, as you are aware, this is the month of mental health awareness, and as in Bhagavad Gita, also we have very, very effective ways for training or controlling the mind. So I thought we take advantage of your expertise as a cardiologist as well as someone who is immersed in Bhagavad Gita, and you have also founded Institute of Spiritual Sciences. So let me begin by requesting you to help us understand as what is the science saying about the definition of mind, and what is your spiritual understanding defining how what mind is.
Mind is our greatest asset, and mind can be defined as collection of thoughts. Collection of thoughts is mind. There is no organ which is named as mind. We understand brain in detail. The various centers in the brain we understand, but the finer functioning of the mind we do not understand. So there are no centers for our emotions like sadness, anger, pleasure, being upset. All these things you cannot locate. Those are very finer, subtle things. So brain is one thing where we associate mind with, and mind is processed as a process through brain. But mind is not confined to brain. Your brain is here, and your mind can be in India. So
Hmm.
mind is outside the body, and it can access anything. So mind is just simply thoughts.
So
That's all.
mind is simply thoughts. That means the kind of thoughts that you have would determine the state of your mind's health. Am I
Yes,
right in looking
yes,
at it? And
yes.
how
So
would
so
you define a healthy mind?
so we have to be very conscious about the kinds of thoughts that we entertain, the kind of surroundings we make friendship with, as our company, our surroundings, our reading. All these things determine the quality of thoughts, and quality of thoughts will determine the quality of your mind or of your being. Mi- you are what your mind is. Mind is very clumsy, you are clumsy. Mind is very disturbed, you are disturbed. Mind is very peaceful, you are peaceful. Your spiritual thoughts, you are spiritual being. So whatever the mind entertains, so mind is the best tool as a servant. Keep it as a servant. When mind becomes your master, you are done. Then you are in trouble. Then mind will dictate. The training or advice by Lord is to be in charge of mind, aware of mind, and control the mind, not be under the influence of mind.
It's very interesting when you say, let not mind be our master and let us be master of our mind. So, individually speaking, who is this I if not mind? Most of the time, we identify ourselves with mind because I'm feeling like this, or I'm angry with this person, or I'm happy with that person. That is how we transact most of the time.
See,
So, who am I?
most of us are not great thinking men. we
Yes.
we 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 started in this world the way it came, whatever was our surrounding. We never thought about these things, but to be very effective, and then we cultivated the habits. Our habits or our notions are the result of non-thinking mind. We just acquired it from the surroundings, from the relatives, friends, teachers, and other people. But it is not a product of thinking. So it formed a definite notions and habits, and then now we are stuck there. If we want to undo that and improve the quality of life and quality of mind, then we have to become a thinking man, and re-examine and redefine and get it better with a proper process. So that is the process that Lord recommends is Vivek and Vairagya. Vivek means discriminating faculty. What is right, what is wrong, what is worth doing, what is not worth doing. Those things we did not grow up with. So if we once we become more mature or want to be, then you have to examine what is right, what is wrong, what is useful, what is harmful, and then train our mind. And that habits it will form that will be extremely useful. That is what is called
Yeah.
a spiritual man, or a thinking man, or a man of wisdom. These are the terms.
So the way we are growing and the kind of expectations which feel we get from our surroundings, parents, society, then let me come to you as a cardiologist. You have a certain rhythm of chores that you need to take care of. When I say chores, meaning there is certain branch of knowledge and you need to be alert, and there'll be XYZ things related to your patient or wherever you're going, etc. And it's a very intricate process while you are doing surgery, etc. Now, where is the time for in that you will have to detach from your action space and think about training your mind? So these things which we are talking about, you just refer to, people feel they are impractical. So right now, let's say I'm an attorney, I'm doing what I'm doing, or whatever be my profession, and that kind of sucks all the mental capacity that we generally have, is it not?
Yes, that is true. So you spent great deal of your time and life energy for professional achievement, secular achievement, and you got it. But you did not necessarily get a spiritual progress or peace of mind or happiness.
Yes.
You're a successful attorney or a successful doctor, but if you are not a thinking man or spiritually evolved, it doesn't guarantee you happiness or peace of mind. So, goal is the happiness for all human beings, and to get that happiness, you have to you have to be a thinking man and work for it. So that being attorney or successful and getting money, that will bring you comforts and equipments necessary for physical existence, but it will do nothing for your mental peace or happiness. So mental peace, happiness, and external environment which your money and education can bring will have no connection. So you can be devoid of peace and happiness in spite of wealth and diplomas.
So what you say makes me think, and many of our viewers would also consider that they must have come across people who are millionaires and yet unhappy, and they must have come across people who do not have that kind of money, but they appear to be happy. So I get that happiness is not directly related to your professional achievements, but that mindset is considered in general as impractical. Or some people say khatte hain angur, so he could not achieve, so that's why he's talking like that. So in your case, we cannot we cannot say that you achieved all
Yes.
the material success. So now we have to listen to you sincerely that no, what you are saying is making sense. Now my question to you is, where is the time and how to create time where you will pay attention to how your mind is working, because there is a cycle, and you feel that I need to pay my bills, or I need to make a tick on that I did this and I have this much amount of money, etc. So your mind is totally engrossed in the professional or material success. So uh, is there a practical way, and you did yourself? So kindly share with me how these two sides can be attended to simultaneously.
So as we all human beings want both. So nobody wants to be very successful professionally and very disturbed in a social life or in your personal life. Nobody wants that. So you want both. So whatever you will pay attention to, you will get it. So we have to focus the attention on both of them. First of all, we have to understand that this understanding This spiritual science has a lot to contribute and help for my happiness. Once you know that, then you will work towards it. So, like you work for money and power and position, that is one goal. Your happiness and peace of mind is another goal. You want both of them, so you have to work for both of them. So to and the spiritual, I mean that happiness, the real peace of mind, happiness comes only through spiritual understanding, understanding our own equipment. We most of us we don't understand. We don't understand our mind. So mind is a complex organization. We understand body very well. Diseases of body we understand very well, but we do not understand about mind and its working. The mind, what we call chitta in Sanskrit, is a combination of four different elements. What is called antahkara or inner equipment. Our body is our external equipment. Our internal equipment is mind, intellect, and ego and spirit. Four things. So mind, intellect, which is a part of mind, ego, which is a agency, and spirit, which powers all these things. So we have to understand what are those four things of, so what we call manas, that is a part of the brain which processes all the sensory inputs. All sensory inputs they come, mind is the hub, and that processing center is called manas. That manas has no eyes. It just processes. It has two things. It desires, and it is indecisive. I want to do this, I want to do this. It wants to do everything. Everything good it wants, and everything bad it wants to avoid. That is manas. It has no eyes. It is blind. It will wreck you if you are only going by that. Second one is the part of the mind which is intellect, which is a decisive power. It will say, no, this is good, this is not good, this is not good now, this you should postpone, this you should do it, prioritize. That is intellect. And when we say I, that I is an ego, it is a false agency we created. It is a false agency. We created when we are children and as you grew up. It is a protective mechanism of intellect which is there for the protection of an organism. The function of ego is to take care of Atul Chokshi. It's extremely selfish, self-centered, selfish. That is ego. While the I that you want to reach is the I consciousness of Atman. That is a real, as a real I. That is Atman. That is the source of power. It has a source of power which powers mind, intellect, and senses. So we have to understand this, all this working, and more you understand, more efficient you are professionally, more efficient you are socially, every way it will work. If there is a chaos and if you do not understand, you will be a disturbed man.
So when you are disturbed, even if you are a driver who is not clear which way to turn, the GPS stopped working, then that confusion takes you to a very uneasy state, and you also become someone who can be a potential danger for other drivers. But coming back to our reference of intellect, earlier while we were discussing, you mentioned that there is a difference between intellect and intelligence, and nowadays we have so much. Intrusion of artificial intelligence. So, human intelligence is intellect, or even in human intellect is different and intelligence is different. Kindly share with us.
Intellect is our faculty which decides right, wrong, good, bad, dharma, adharma, all those. Intellect. Intelligence is an acquired thing by training. Whatever I acquired as a doctor, That is my medical intelligence, information and intelligence. While what I'm born with and what I have, the greatest asset, intellect, is different. That is a purified intellect. This is all information that we gather. Whether it is artificial intelligence will come or whatever we studied with great effort, that is medical intelligence. It just adds to your being very little bit. I'm a brilliant doctor means I'm not so many other things. I'm not. I'm third class in computer. I'm third class as an engineer. I'm third class as an architect. I don't have that. So very little I gain, and I spent whole life for that. So there is a difference. So you want to take care of your intellect and use your intellect in doing everything. Don't be emotional and let the mind do whatever it wants. That's what it is.
So, if I interpret what I just heard from you as a sense of consolation for us human beings, that whatever growth takes place with artificial intelligence, it will never have the kind of intellect that as humans, we have. Is it right way to put it?
Yes, yes, it's not going to decide what is right or wrong. It will work as your your cleaner or your assistant or manufacturer, but it cannot replace you.
So,
You still have to program the robot. You will have to order, otherwise robot will take over you. So
So let's look at two sides of your life. One, you are a gold medalist, you are a wonderful, excellent student, which means you were very focused, consistent, and there was this power of concentrating, which you were endowed with. Would you say it comes by birth or it is something that can be developed? That is one part of the question. So let us begin with this.
yeah, it is mostly developed. It is to be developed. So that once you have decided the goal, your goal is decided by your intellect. So that okay, this is being doctor, becoming doctor is a very worthwhile goal. You decided,
Mhm.
and then you focus on that. How much you focus, how much you work on it, that is all your abilities. You put it at one point concentration, and that is called chitta ekagrata. Chitta means mind, ekagrata means one pointed attention. Ekagrata, agra means in front, eka means one, only one thing in front. When only one thing is in front, you will get it. When it is scattered things in front, then you are in trouble. That's why God tells in Bhagavad Gita all this. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekahi kuru nandana. First he tells Arjuna that the man, professional man, the dedicated man has only one goal. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekahi kuru nandana bahusakhi anantaschasmi buddhi avyavasayinam. But one who is not efficient achiever, he has scattered goals, and he just for 2 hours he does this thing, 3 hours he does this thing, then he get distracted and he's going all over. Don't do that. Go after one goal. You can become a gold medalist, Olympic medalist. You can be marathon runner. They are all one with a one point focus. And when your one point focus is on Atman or on your inner happiness, you are yogi. When your one point focusness is in outside world and achieving, you might become a senator or a doctor or a successful businessman, because that is a choice you made. Your choice is faulty, that you will know after 50 years that this was a faulty choice.
You may never know also that might happen. But coming back to how Srimad Bhagavad Gita reshaped your understanding of mind, was there some inner paradigm shift as far as the purpose of life or who you are, etc., is concerned?
Yeah, yes. See, so these opportunity, everybody gets it. Not only me, but some people pick it up, some people discard it. So there are enough yogis in the world. There are enough good centers in the world. There are enough scriptures in the world. Who picks it up and who goes on that direction, that is up to us. So this opportunity comes to everyone. That opportunity came to me in 1991. And it says, and I picked up Bhagavad Gita and I said I must study, and I studied, and then like I studied medicine, I studied Gita. Same intensity, same power. And then you find out, oh my God, this is all joy. So you got a worldly success, worldly achievements, and you get a peace of mind and spiritual success. So that is your called complete krutya, means whatever you intended to do, you did it. That is called krutya.
So that kritkrityata or a sense of fulfillment, let us also have it. When I say let, meaning me and viewers who are watching this conversation, and this is very, very enlightening or absorbing, as well as it is making us think about our intellect in a slightly different manner. So allow me to ask you, when we are also talking in the context of mental health awareness month, if we look at the tips given by Lord Krishna to Arjuna for controlling his mind, because at one point we remember Arjuna mentioning that it is as difficult to control mind as if you are trying to hold on to
Yes.
the wind in your palm. So what are the tips that are comparatively easy for anyone to follow, which you have gathered from Bhagavad Gita?
See, Bhagavad Gita, step by step, gives you everything that a human being wants. So God tells Arjuna that don't get entangled into. First, he explains what is all this human body. So, so he explains that Mahabhutan. I don't know how much time we have, but Mahabhutani ahankaro buddhir avyaktam evacha indriyani dashekam cha panchendriya gochara. That five senses, that five basic materials of which body is made, then mind, then senses, then the sense objects, then ichha dves sukham dukkham sangat sa chetana dhruti etat kshetra samasena savikaram hridarutam. All this combination is your field of action. Body, mind, intellect, all powered by spirit. Then your another assets, these variables which will affect you: ichha, dves, sukham, dukkham, sangat, sachetana, dhruti. All these combination is called field of action. So once you know that and how the equipments work, you can make the best out of your assets, and that is what Bhagavad Gita teaches you. And God tells Arjuna, don't get distracted. See, matra sparsastu kunteya. He says that. Sitoshna sukha dukhda. Agama painyo anitya. Tantitik dasva bharatva. Means Arjuna, these sense and sense objects, contacts are temporary. Agma painyo anitya. They are of the nature of coming and going and temporary. Tan titiksasva bharata. Therefore, try to ignore them or bear them pleasantly, because those things are going to happen. Don't get distracted, don't get entangled, and pleasantly float through all those variables. So that is the first advice God gives. And then he says to control the mind, you need two things. So when Arjuna says it's very difficult to control, God says, yes, asansayam mahabaho manodu nigraham chalam. But abhyasena tu konteya vairagyena cha gruhyate. Two things he says. Abhyas means practice, vairagya means dispassion. By practice and by dispassion. Instead of dispassion, we create passion towards everything. We jump into it. Not that the worldly objects are coming and attacking you, you jump into it. You get soaked into it. And then you are a sufferer.
Doctor, we just have few minutes. I want also to touch that which is prasannata, and there are some shlokas I believe where mana prasada or prasade sarva something something. So
Mhm.
uh, to resonate with inner joy, what is the point of view or the practice that comes to us from Bhagavad Gita?
Very interesting thing to know that all our senses, they run outwards. God has made it. There is a beautiful sloka in the Upanishads. The parachi khani vyatrunna means our body is defective in a sense that those senses get out through the sense apertures towards the world. And so our mind is outward going normally. It will do it. It is not going to come back on its own. On its own, it will take you way inside and mess you up. If you want a peace and joy and realize Atman, the outward going mind, you have to train it to go inward towards the soul. So instead of Bahir Mukhi, you have to train it to become Antarmukhi, going towards the Atman. That is the source of happiness.
Mhm, mhm.
Outside world is not source of happiness. Now we customarily understood that, okay, no, I went for a movie and I enjoyed. So what do you mean there is not sense of? I went to a restaurant, I had a delicious meal, all those things. But those are temporary. God says those are temporary, those are transient, those are hard to get, those are loaded with pain. If you continue to enjoy, it will cause you pain. If it goes away, then it causes pain. Every way it is rajasastu phalam dukkham. Remember that. All these activities in the world are rajasic activities. God says rajasastu phalam dukkham. You buy 100,000 Mercedes, it is a rajasic activity, so it will produce pain, guaranteed pain. There is no way that you can get out. Don't be smart. We sometimes think that no, I can handle it better.
Hmm.
It brings the trail of pain with it. So God
Correct.
says,
Yeah.
stay away from that. While we jump into it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Very, very well put, Dr. Atul Chokshi ji, Gita devotee, as well as Dean of Institute of Spiritual Sciences. When we conclude, we are better in terms of our understanding and appreciation of healthy mind and how we can practice and reach to that level. I think we got some very, very valuable nuggets from you in our conversation, and hopefully, more and more of us are inspired the way you are inspired to be one with the essence of Bhagavad Gita.
This session can be a spiritual milestone for your listener if they pick it up.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's a question of picking it up. Who picks it up? Only God knows. No?
No doubt about it, Daksha. So, thank you very much. Thanking Dr. Atul Chokshi ji as well as all of you for being with us. This is Ashok Vyas with lots and lots of good wishes. Namaste.
Thank you. Enjoy.